tired of starting these videos by saying, "What's up, guys? I'm Darla." So you know what? What it do, shawty? It's Darla, and I'm sick, and this is John, and he's also sick, so we sound like shit. Take it away, John.
All right. Well, this is my 2001 Sportster 1200. Bought it from a guy that rode it all the way out from Illinois, and he told me to get back home. He had to sell it. And yeah, about 2 days later, it was in 1,000 pieces, and I turned it into what it is here today. Started with the full gas box frame offered from Lowbrow, and it's basically a parts catalog bike. It's the gas box frame. It's stretch 3 up in the down tubes. It luckily enough came with the Frisco mounts already welded into the frame, and like the hardtail kits, it has the 2-inch stretch, 2-inch drop, stuff like that. And as you can see, I was going for a super slam look, and the 3 up really helped with that. And going with the parts catalog theme here, I have the Throttle Addiction, just 2.5 gallon Frisco mounted tank that just so happened to work with my Volkswagen gas cap. Speaking of Volkswagen, it's all Volkswagen theme, everything from the color, which is dove blue off of the bus. I have a horn button out of a 59 Bug there as a points cover. Little things like the choke. My choke here is a headlight knob out of a Bug. I have a bus shift knob for my starter lever and my jockey shifter. Continuing back, I have the Prism Supply seat wrapped with an old Volkswagen seat cover that I had out of one of my old Bugs. And on the back of the bike, I have a 59 and earlier Volkswagen Bug taillight on it. And it seems cheesy saying it's a Volkswagen theme, but I'm a Volkswagen fiend, and I couldn't help but.
I think it's super cool, and I've never seen a Volkswagen themed bike before. Also, this is from your old car.
Yeah, that's out of my 64 Bug.
Makes it even more special.
Exactly.
You don't have that car anymore.
I don't. I just sold it.
So now it's like it's with you.
It is.
That's so cool.
It's with me all the time, and one of my close Volkswagen friends has a upholstery shop down in Rancho that said he would do it for me, and it turned out killer. And I think it goes with everything really well.
And so, like, everything else on the bike, like, how much of this were you doing yourself, or did you, like, have help putting it together?
I did everything myself.
Hell yeah.
Besides the paint, I didn't do the paint, and obviously the seat, all the fabrication, the minimal amount of fabrication that this bike required. Like, the only custom thing on this bike is the exhaust. Other than that, and the plate for the taillight mount, which all the Volkswagen guys were mad at me that I chopped up an original Volkswagen taillight to make it for my bike, but whatever. And yeah, everything else, like I said, parts catalog. Yeah, gas box frame, Throttle Addiction oil tank, so I could tuck the battery in the oil tank to get it out from in front of the fender like everybody does on these frames. Mm-hmm. It's got the Man Array rear fender from Lowbrow. The sissy bar is a gas box sissy bar kit that they come with all the tabs and the sissy bar already bent up. So just TIG welds those together and mount the fender, and it works. And
so I'm guessing, like, when you were ordering all of this stuff, did you have like a vision in your head already that you were kind of like going for this look? Or
I did.
Did it kind of just like develop?
It was a little bit of both. Like a lot of things, you get a part and you try to put it on, and it just doesn't look right. So you get the next thing. And I thought I wanted a tall sissy bar, but I was going kind of with a shorter look, and I wasn't really going with the crazy, super high ape, super long front end kind of thing. So I feel like I tried to really tone it down with shorter bars, shorter sissy bar kind of thing. And I was gonna do crazy colors, and I was gonna do like a chrome trim down the tank and down all this stuff, but I'm glad I dialed it back and tried to really tone it down.
I'm actually really curious to watch you ride this after we're done with your Springer front end and how low it is. I'm just curious to see if you're gonna really be like,
oh yeah,
oh
yeah. And this being the cheap DNA Springer, it's it is stiff as, it's almost a rigid front end. And it being the cheap front end, the legs kind of flex a little bit when you ride, and it's kind of sketchy. So that's on the list of things that I would probably change. But other than that, you know, it's pretty done.
And then you said, so it's been like 1.5 years since you finished it?
Yeah, January of last year.
Nice.
Yeah.
So actually that didn't take you that, well, no, that didn't take you that long.
It took me about 8 months to build it.
Yeah, that's
And
pretty
that
quick
was
turnaround time.
Waiting for paint and chrome and all that. So it was pretty quick. And I was working a pretty, what's the word I'm looking for? Demanding job. So I really didn't have like that much time to work on it. So I could like, and I don't have a garage of my own, which is why we're here at the storage unit. But my dad, I was lucky enough that he cleaned a spot in his garage next to all his bikes. And
That's where you guys are building?
yeah.
Nice.
And I would go there, work on it for like an hour, put a couple welds down, and then I'd have to go home and sleep and just kind of grind as much as I could.
And how did you decide that you wanted, because is this your first chopper?
Yeah, it's my first chopper.
So how did you decide to get into choppers?
I think it has to do with the era, you know, 60s, 70s. I always loved these classic cars, and it just fits with the era, and the simplicity of them and how bare bones they are is really what drew me to it. And just how hardcore they are, you know, being rigid, Springer front ends. It's just, they're death traps, and I love death traps.
Yeah. So have you had other motorcycles before this one?
Yeah, actually my first bike was a 2000 1200S. I had no clue what the bike was when I bought it. I saw my really, really good friend, he bought a Harley, and I saw him riding around with his family, and that just, the light bulb went off when I saw him riding. And luckily enough, his stepdad had a project bike just sitting in their shed, and I bought it for cheap and built it kind of from the ground up. I had to redo the whole wiring harness, the front end, you know, chain conversion, rebuild the carburetor, figure out how to get it to run on, you know, just a key switch. And I learned a lot from that bike, and a lot of those lessons I learned I put into this motorcycle.
Oh, sick. Very nice. Well, you got any trips planned coming up?
The only trip I really have planned is Aces High up in Reno in July. Other than that, I am impulsive, and if I just see something that pops up, I'll try to make it out as much as I can.
Nice. Very cool.
Oh, the full white engine. So in the 50s and 60s, when Volkswagen was coming to the US, you could get two different models of Bugs and Buses. You can get a standard and you can get a deluxe. So the deluxe, you get all the chrome trim, chrome hubcaps, chrome bumpers, stuff like that. But the standard saved some money, and they would paint the bumpers white. They would paint the hubcaps gray or whatever color was for the color of the car. Volkswagen wheels were always white, and a lot of Volkswagen interiors were white. So I just thought, you know, might as well be crazy and just paint the entire engine white, which was not a great idea. It looks cool, but it is a disaster to keep clean. And as you can see, it's chipping here and there and exposing the black, but you know, I think it contrasts off the blue really well, and I think it just works.
The engine that I have, somebody thought it would be a great idea to just like rattle can spray it black, and I've been having a hell of a time trying to strip all that shit off.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Especially if they rode with it and it baked on. And
oh, it's on.
Oh.
We got like this really expensive like paint stripper that was highly recommended. It did nothing, and then I received a tip about some girl cleaner that's supposed to do a lot better, so that's what we're gonna try next.
Oh wow, but that's a disaster.
That's funny. I didn't even notice
the like, whole white motor.
Noticed that it was white. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's just the whole thing's so pretty. It's like distracting, but yeah.
Yeah.
That's obviously different, so that's cool.
Yeah, and I carried that over into the white chain that I just found on the internet by chance. Same with the white brake caliper, and I just tried to bring as much white without being kind of ridiculous with it.
I like it. It's very cool. So what I was gonna say is John was saying off camera that he went to the NorCal cycle swap meet recently and pretty much met almost like the whole crew of people who have been on the YouTube channel there, and he didn't even know that there was that many people in this area until he started coming across our videos. So full circle moment here.
Full circle.
Bringing the people together.
Yeah. So I got done with this thing January last year, and I just ride the hell out of it, and I had no clue there was any kind of chopper sheen in Sacramento. You know, you talk to the old guys, you know, back in the day, they had their pan heads and, you know, riding around with their shovel heads and stuff, but you never really see them around. And yeah, it was crazy coming across the videos and seeing how many people were in my area. Make it a community.
Yeah, that's exactly the whole point, is like, there's so many people out there that they have cool bikes and cool stories, and they're just cool people, and I'm like, I'm just trying to highlight all these people that are around me and bring everybody together, and it's working.
It's working fantastic.
Working. And some people don't know this, but most of the time when I interview somebody and I do a video, it's my very first time meeting them. So me and John just met like 10 minutes ago.
Hey.
In case you're wondering.
Hey, that's a part of the chopper community.
Yeah,
Meeting new people, do new things.
Yeah, and now I have so many more friends.
Exactly. I have so many more people to talk to.
Because now everybody's like, you want to go for a ride? And I'm like, I don't have a running bike.
See the way my bank account is set up.
Yeah, exactly. It's expensive.
Oh, yeah.
We'll get there.
Yeah.
If you or somebody you know would like to donate $1.
Click the box.
It's an ongoing joke we have to keep saying. So tell us about your bug.
Yeah, so this is June, my 59 Volkswagen.
Oh wait, does this one have a name?
No. No, this is just my bike.
Kind of weird being like, this is June.
I know.
This is like no name.
I've been trying to figure out a name. I can't figure it out. I don't know if I want it to be like Volkswagen related. I don't know if I want it to be like a chick name. I don't know if I want it to be like Bruce. I don't know. I don't know yet. I think it'll come to me. But yeah, this is June, my 59 bug. Brought her over from England last year, so she's right-hand drive, all European spec. It has, if you're a Volkswagen guy, you know, it has the little bumpers, semaphores, and I just fell in love with it.
They call them little bumpers?
Yeah, these are the little European bumpers rather than
I like the name.
The little bumpers.
I'm gonna call it baby bump.
Baby bump? Interesting. But yeah, this is a 64 bug was my first car, and I can't not have a Volkswagen. And when I found this overseas, I just fell in love with it and had to bring it over. And it was the process was pretty, I don't want to say sketchy, but when you're paying a guy on the East Coast to bring a car over to the West Coast from a different country, it's a little difficult, I want to say, but the guy I went through made it so easy, super nice, super transparent with everything, and just I imported another car right after this one too, and I just love these cars way too much, which is where this came from.
Have you had just the Beetles, or have you gone like, have you had a bus?
I can't afford a bus. That's the thing, is they're like right out of my price range. I would love a bus. I have a bunch of good friends that have buses, but yeah, I've always had bugs. I think I've had 5 or 6 of them at this point, all different years. And hopefully in the future I can get a bus. But
fun fact, my very first car was a bug. Not a cool one like that though.
it's still a Volkswagen.
Yes, it's still a Volkswagen. It was like a 2000.
Yeah, it had a little flower vase.
Yes, it
in
did.
The dash.
Yep,
yeah.
and it always had a flower in there. And they're not like made out of what you think. The flowers are made out of like what you would imagine like a beanbag baby to be made out of. Like they're like made out of like soft fabric.
Yeah, it's super weird, but.
You know what though? The handles always broke off on that damn thing.
Yeah. Did the windows ever break? That's a common failure.
My window didn't break, but the door handle, like to close the door, broke off twice, and so I had to replace the whole like inside. Like I would go like find it, replace it, and then it kept happening, and I was like, God damn it! And then I had another friend who had the same car, but like 2 years different from me, and same thing. Her door handle always broke off.
Yeah, that's a Volkswagen.
I still love that car. It was so cute.
That's really all I own are Volkswagen and Audis, and it's an addiction.
Yeah.
It is, and everything has to be Volkswagen related. Hence the bike, and any future bike I feel like I build is gonna have some kind of Volkswagen touch on it.
I like it. We're gonna have to workshop a name, I think.
I know.
Because I've got nothing. Comment below your suggestions, please, for John's
I like that.
Volkswagen chopper name. I know you guys are creative. Do you have any final words you'd like to say about the bike or the car, or words to the people?
Just keep the community going. You know, like the Volkswagen community, the chopper community is so helpful, and everybody's so cool and so nice, and just keep it going. Keep the vibes going. Me just recently getting into the scene, it fills my heart with happiness knowing how many people are there for each other.
Well, thank you for having us and letting us interview you on your bike.
Thank you for having me. It's been an honor.
No, of course, absolutely. Thank you. And to all you peeps out there, like, comment, subscribe, all the things, donate $1 or $2, I don't know. And we'll see you next time.